Begin flight plan calculation by pressing the Create Flight Plan button in the upper left-hand corner. Select your aircraft from your available aircraft profiles. In this case, we'll select our Falcon 7X. The performance profile for the aircraft is loaded, and now we'll select our departure. Today we'll fly from Teterboro in the New York area to Long Beach in California. You can select the destination alternate yourself or automatically. In this case, we'll have the app show us available alternates that meet our criteria with a distance of less than 50 nautical miles from our destination and a runway length of greater than 4,000 feet. The Great Circle route, which is the direct route between the airports, is also shown below. Los Angeles International will be our alternate for our flight today. And now we'll continue to enter the other required information, the estimated time of departure, which in this case will be 1900 Zulu on November the 15th. Select our flight rule, IFR, and we'll leave the optional fields optional, which will allow the app to suggest the optimal values for us during the flight planning process. Currently, we're fetching the FAA ASDI routes, so the most recently and frequently cleared routes. These routes have a very high probability of being cleared as filed, so we'll take a look at the frequently cleared routes for this city pair. Here we see that the top route has been cleared 6 times and is the most frequently cleared route between the city pair. We'll select that route, just over 2,100 nautical miles, and then move to cruise mode selection. Here we can compare the impact of flying different aircraft speeds over the route, which allows the pilot to trade time and fuel among other parameters. So we can see that the time en route for this specific route varies between 5.5 hours and 6 hours. So today we'll fly at 0.85 Mach. Select that cruise mode. We can see the impact in terms of the airspeed, the time en route, the fuel burn, all based on the aircraft's performance profile, as well as the optimal flight level, in this case flight level 40 or 430. We'll compute the flight plan. At this time, the flight plan is on file with the GDC servers and has not yet been filed with air traffic control. You can note the flight plan number in the middle of the flight plan, in this case Tango 1929, is the recall number that can be used on an Epic flight deck to wireless recall the flight plan over VHF into the flight deck, which avoids the pilot having to type in the waypoints manually. We can review the different en route waypoints and fuel burns, as well as other information included in the flight plan, such as the frequencies and runway information for the destination and alternate. We can also graphically view the flight route on the map, and we can view different weather layers that might be of interest. So today we'll want to take a look and see if there's any storm activity on our route. And you can see it's a busy day for weather over the Chicago area. So lots of snow and ice leaving the East Coast, quiet day over the plains, and then another busy day over Colorado. So we can take a look at the impact of this on our route. We may want to choose an alternate route that avoided some of this. We can have an idea of what impact this may have on the turbulence en route as well. And one of the unique capabilities of the GDC app is that we can overlay multiple weather layers at the same time. So here you can see that it'll be fairly quiet as we move through this weather. We've got an area of light turbulence over Ohio, fairly quiet over the majority of the route, and then some bumps as we approach California and make our approach. We could also look at the graphical icing forecast for the day. So we noted that there was a lot of snow activity over the East Coast. In this case, we'll be well above that, but we may want to see what the icing is going to look like on our departure from the Teterboro area. So here we see fairly persistent ice from Teterboro all the way until we hit the middle of Ohio, and we want to keep that in mind as we're making our departure. Lastly, we may want to see what other pilots are saying about the route. This is a new feature that we've recently added that allows graphical representation of pilot reports or PIREPs. And so we can, in this case, say that we want to see the PIREPs around Los Angeles. We noted that there was some turbulence there on the way in. So we'll select Long Beach as our airport of interest and look for any PIREPs within 500 nautical miles. Those will be graphically loaded, and you can see here the different pilot reports en route. In this case, some aviation hazards reported by a Cessna Caravan, as well as some routine turbulence reports along the route. So once we've reviewed enough of the weather, we would move on to go ahead and file this flight plan. We do that by pressing the File button. We confirm all of our information, fill in the additional information that's required, such as the pilot's name, the number of souls on board, and then select our filing preferences, whether you'd like GDC to auto-file based on your departure and destination, or whether you'd rather have it filed at a specific time or immediately.